Welcome to the Driver's Line. I'm Greg.
And I'm Jordan.
And today, we've got a conversation for you.
Yeah, and our conversation is kind of a opposite take of a previous episode that we filmed for you guys. In this particular one, we're going to be looking at cars that, to everyday people, look pretty cool. But there might be some issues under the skin if you really look at it.
That's right. So, an automotive enthusiast is going to be like, that's lame.
Yeah.
But... someone just kind of looking at this car from the outside, from an everyman's perspective, was going to be like, whoa, what a cool car. That's really neat and interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into the list, and Jordan's going to kick us off.
All right, yeah. So, the first one I think embodies this really, really well. And it is probably the quintessential car for this, and it's the Hummer H2. These, when they came out, were like ravishly popular. People loved them. And then the fuel crisis hit, and obviously people kind of shied away from them. But now we'll say now that gas prices have come down a little bit again, you're seeing a lot more of these H2s on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're big and boxy, and people love that. It has off-road ability, and it's fantastic looking to them. But underneath, guys, it's just a Chevy Tahoe.
That's the problem. Like, anybody who's an automotive enthusiast knows this. It's like, okay, it's a Tahoe with like a
body kit.
A body kit, right? It's just maybe an ounce more capability. Like, maybe a little bit more because I think it's got better approach and departure angles and breakover. But like, is that enough, right, to really set it apart? Like, if you really want a Hummer, the Hummer to get.
Exactly. Yeah. It's okay. And the interior for when it came out was just horrendous, honestly.
Oh, it was terrible. And then you've got the H3 as well, which was a Colorado, I think.
Yeah, right, yeah. Just, yeah. Yeah. Just 5-cylinder.
So, you're sitting there trying to, show yourself off in a Hummer, and, to the outside, to folks who really don't know cars, they're going to be like, oh, that's cool, that's a Hummer. Yeah. They think about the H1, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, going, ramming through the streets, running over cars, No, it's not. It's not that at all. It's a lot closer to, your sister-in-law's, Tahoe that she takes the kids to the pool in.
Exactly. Yeah. So looks cool, but it doesn't really do the job.
No.
Yeah.
So my first choice is going to be an entire brand. Saving one vehicle. Because one of them is actually very cool.
Yeah.
But I am talking about Maserati.
Poor Maserati.
We've called it out many times on the podcast before. Mm-hmm. It is literally embodies the car that you want to buy to make people think you're successful, even if you're not. And it just unfortunately kind of fits that vibe. You want to look like you have money, even if you don't have money, if you have a Maserati. The exception is the MC20. MC20 is fantastic. It's still not as good as its compatriots, but it is still a really, really fun, supercar. But the rest of the Maseratis just, they're not great. Mm-hmm. Even today with a lot of the revisions, they've gotten better, but they're not anywhere near where their price point suggests they should be.
So true. Yeah, it's for the money, you can get a lot better car. Maybe it's not as visually interesting, perhaps, as a Maserati. It doesn't have as unique name, but...
Guccale.
Yeah, for the money.
Guccale.
Levante. Quattroporte. I know.
I know that only means four-door, but it sounds crazy. Really good in Italian.
Yeah, again, the image is there, but man, the substance is not.
No, it's not there. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate.
It's a great pick. An entire brand new car. It's true. Yeah.
We're saving the MC20 though.
It's fair. So my next one is a car that is very, very popular. And I'm putting it on this list not necessarily because of its capability, because it's very capable, but honestly because of the audience that buys into it. And it's the Jeep Wrangler. Ooh. Yeah, and as a Wrangler owner,
you're calling out one of your own vehicles.
I am. But see, I've got the classic TJ, and as all Jeep people know, right? There was a certain series, YJ, TJ, great, and then it became a joke
with the JK.
Yeah, and now the newer ones are just so luxurious. We've lost the point of what a Jeep used to be, and I think that's kind of what's at the core of this. Is a lot of people love the image of the classic Jeeps, and then they get in one and they're like, oh. I don't know if I can deal with this every day. Yes. So I need something that has Apple CarPlay and heated leather seats and massaging. And I need a supercharged V8. But anyway, neither here nor there. It's so far away from what the Jeep Core is, and I think we're seeing that in sales numbers. But a lot of people buy these Wranglers for image.
Oh,
they're not
100%.
taking it off road.
No.
You know, they're not doing anything like that.
The only thing they do is put the angry Jeep face on it and call it done.
Oh my god.
Which is the absolute worst mod ever.
Yes, so true. I think this car has fallen victim to its actual owners. You know, and Jeep has chased that.
Which to success for a while.
Yeah.
But I think it's coming back to bite them now.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I would love for Jeep to come out with a really more pure version of the Wrangler. I mean, even if you could just give us that version of it, you know, and fine, get some luxury
But there is
models.
one out there. It's called the Jimny. Oh.
That's true.
I wish we could have that.
Yes.
But beside the point. But no, I mean,
That's
this
on the
is
other list.
Yeah, this is a great
list.
call.
Yeah.
This is a great call because the Wrangler fits that ethos perfectly. You know, to a non-car person, they're going to, oh, this is someone cool. They go off-roading. They do this. They do that.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the cool big tires on it, but they only go to shopping malls. It's a mall crawler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's unfortunate.
Yep.
It really is. All right, my last choice. Kind of has a name that sounds like some sort of disease or symptom.
Oh God. That doesn't sound very cool.
Doesn't sound cool at all, but it looks cool.
Ooh, okay.
And it's based off of kind of cool cars. I mean, you know, it shares a platform with, you know, like an Audi Q7,
Ooh, that's a nice car. Yeah.
Audi Q8.
Very nice car.
Shares its mechanicals with the RS version of that Q8.
You know we love an RS.
And it's owned by a lot of influencers. Pretty much the only people who buy these.
Yeah.
Influencers and professional athletes. But I'm talking about the Lamborghini Urus.
Urus.
And in and of itself, it's not a bad vehicle. It's actually a pretty cool vehicle in that regard, but just the perception it has is very, very poor. Just because it's basically the, hey, look at me version of the RSQ8.
Right.
Which the RSQ8, phenomenal vehicle, like $100,000 less than the Urus.
Yeah.
Literally the same engine, same drivetrain, pretty much just as nice interior, just done in the Audi style versus the Lamborghini style.
Right.
Without the, hey, shouty, look at me, I want to be a Lamborghini, you know, type situation. And, you know, and this is the problem with when these boutique supercar manufacturers make an SUV, it loses some of the sauce, right? I mean, you know, because Lamborghini obviously didn't want to do anything completely bespoke because the business case would never be there. And so they took a lot of the parts off the shelf from, you know, their friends at Audi. Since they're both, you know, owned under, you know, the Volkswagen group. And so it doesn't give you something that's a true Lamborghini to me at all. It's a wonderful, compelling package, but it's not a Lamborghini.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. I mean, the styling is there, like you said, the interior is there. You know, if you love switchgear, this interior is for you, okay? Yeah, I mean, the fact that it shares an engine with an Audi, just alone is a big problem because you know Lambos are known for their big V10s, V12s, that sound that comes out of them, and now we just got a forced induction V8, just like
and you know it's you know I'm sure people are going to howl in the comments, be saying, well, this has been done before, right? Lamborghini and Audi have shared engines before because that V10, right, trickled down from the Lamborghini, but that's when it trickles down.
Exactly.
That's when it's different. This one is trickling up.
Yeah. And
it should never trickle up.
No, it should never trickle up. Get yourself wet like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll just leave you with whatever that is.
Yeah, so like they could have dropped a bigger engine in there and made something. I mean, it's still an expensive car. Okay, just
really
charge me another 50 grand,
Yeah,
like
real.
really, and drop a V12 in there. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
Oh man, it's got the space for it. I mean, it's a big SUV. All right, well, this last take, I'm going to anger some of you, and I'm prepared for it. Bring it on, okay? And Greg's probably going to. Probably after this, he's going to strangle me. I mean, really. But it's fine. But this is a car that has a lot of the classic proportions of a sports car. So, like, to a common everyday person, you see it on the streets, and it's like, oh, that's a fun little sports car. It's probably really fast. It's very powerful, just like a Corvette. But it's not. We're talking about the Mazda Miata. And when you're putting out under 200 horsepower,
How dare you?
I knew it. Listen,
Friendship over.
I respect the Miata, okay? I do. I don't think it's a cool car. Come on now. It's a fine car, and it gets the job done for its purpose, and I do respect that. It's affordable, and it brings some driving enjoyment. But, ultimately, if you're looking to spend Miata money, you can actually probably get some more higher performance cars in the used market that's elevating your performance level. So that's kind of like the angle I'm going here at. I know it's probably not a very popular take, and that's fine, but I do think this is a car that looks very, very popular, very cool and fast to lots of people, and looks performance-oriented. And in reality, it's sort of performance-oriented to a degree. It's kind of limited by its price point, so. Sorry, Greg, because Greg thinks his car was cool. So
it was cool, and it was awesome. It's a momentum car. These are the most raced cars of any car out there. Every weekend, these cars are the ones going racing more than anything else that we've ever talked about. That is what they are, and that is the image they should have. But to your point, you are right in the one regard that a lot of people see these and they're like, oh, it's a fun, cute little convertible. That is wrong. It is a fire-breathing, corner-carving, back road hauling, fun vehicle.
I'm not sure fire breathing is the word I'd use, but I will give you the other ones.
181 horsepower of fire breathing, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated power. But you know what? It only weighs 2,500 pounds.
I mean, that's true. That is true. Again, respect there. I don't disrespect the car. I just, I do feel like there's probably an image issue there. Just throwing it off of what its actual capabilities are. Yeah. The word momentum is not a cool word, okay? That's why I used the word fire breathing, okay? Corner carving, which it is a good corner carving. I'll give you that.
Undeniably.
But yeah, there's a little bit of a discrepancy, I think, with the.
I mean, I think your point is if someone looks at that and says, this is a high performance vehicle, it's not. It's not. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't designed to be. It was designed to be a momentum car. It's a car that you're supposed to feel a oneness with when you're driving, tight turns. And then conversely, a lot of people see that as just like a fun, cute little convertible, and it's not that either, right? And so you've got these two different perceptions, which go to show that it's not actually what these people think it is.
For sure. Absolutely.
Which is still a fantastic vehicle.
It is. It is. I will say that. It is.
And you know what? If you had bought one of those instead of your Boxster, you wouldn't have to replace the engine.
Is that why you sold yours? Anyway, what car do you think looks really cool? But
let us know in the comments.
Sorry, I had to do it. Well, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing.